All right, man. Day one is in the books. Shedeur Sanders definitely won the day. Don't make any mistake about it. Shedeur Sanders completely outplayed Deshaun Watson today. And that led to Browns coach Todd Monken saying Shedeur Sanders is going to be running with the ones pretty much exclusively tomorrow. Especially with the performance he had today. We got to get into it. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit that bell notification, hype the video. That'd be greatly appreciated. Let's get right into things. So Shedeur Sanders dominated today. He dominated in terms of, the quarterback play. Didn't throw a touchdown, but he had no turnover.
Day one of training camp is officially in the books, and the absolute worst nightmare for the establishment front office has officially become reality on the practice field in Berea. The Cleveland Browns didn't just witness a standard quarterback competition today. They witnessed a complete, violent passing of the torch. While one quarterback was busy panicking in the pocket and throwing horrific interceptions directly into the hands of the secondary, the young phenom stepped onto the field and executed an absolute masterclass. And before the sweat even dried on the turf, head coach Todd Monken dropped a massive bomb on the media, officially announcing that Shedeur Sanders will be running exclusively with the starting offense tomorrow. You are locked into NFL Zone Talks, the absolute premier destination for raw, unfiltered football truth, deep dive camp breakdowns, and the real stories behind the headlines. Smash that subscribe button, hit the like, and let's dive straight into the absolute chaos unfolding.
Reps. Yeah. So, we charted there. Gabriel also was intercepted once.
Michael Coates, rookie, had a great pick.
We should say there was another player who left the field, the defensive tackle, Kelia Davis.
Yes.
And Joe Royer was the one player, healthy player, not on the field today. I was told it was for personal reasons.
Tony, are you surprised that? So it seems like Monken, at least right now, is going to go, okay, Deshaun, you...
Holding inside the Cleveland Browns facility. To understand how rapidly the ground is shifting beneath Deshaun Watson's feet, you only have to look at his horrifying statistical breakdown from the very first full-team session. Watson went a dismal 12 for 22 on the day, throwing 0 touchdowns and 2 completely inexcusable interceptions that set the entire sideline on fire. On his very first turnover, Watson dropped back, hesitated in his progression, and left an intermediate pass hanging dangerously inside, allowing star corner Denzel Ward to effortlessly step in front and snag the ball. But if you thought that was just early camp rust, his second interception was a complete, horrifying disaster. Watson stared down his target, completely misread the coverage, and essentially executed a chest pass straight into the chest of the defensive backfield. It wasn't just poor execution. It was a total breakdown of visual processing from a high-priced veteran who was supposed to have complete command of this offense. While Watson was actively turning the ball over and stinking up the practice field, Shedeur Sanders was busy putting on an absolute clinic in aggressive, high-efficiency vertical passing. Sanders operated with flawless composure, finishing the day with 0 turnovers, surgical accuracy, and the undisputed play of the entire afternoon. Facing a heavy pass rush, Sanders launched a breathtaking 40-yard rainbow down the sideline to wide-out Casey Concepcion, dropping the ball over 2 defenders with ridiculous precision. Later in the team period, Sanders pulled the trigger on a dynamic deep ball to Denzel Boston, striking his receiver in stride and sending an electric shockwave through every single coach standing on the sideline. Sanders didn't just play well. He played with an arrogant, unbothered confidence that completely separated him from every other signal caller on the roster. And that immediate night and day contrast in performance forced head coach Todd Monken to make an explosive, highly unusual announcement during his post-practice press conference.
Here, I'll blow this up for you guys. So, Shedeur Sanders is playing really well. He's playing really well. That was a big throw. And then you got the Shedeur Sanders deep ball right. I mean, Shedeur Sanders lit it up, man. He lit it up today. He lit it up today. He lit it up today, guys. And this is why he's going to be getting the reps with the ones. Look at that.
Monken did not hide behind standard coach speak or attempt to protect Watson's ego. He looked directly at the media and explicitly confirmed that Shedeur Sanders will be taking all the primary reps with the first-team offense tomorrow morning. Monken explained his core philosophy, stating that he refuses to build a soft, overly cautious quarterback room where players operate in a defensive shell out of fear of making mistakes. Monken wants an aggressive, quarterback-driven system where the player under center actively checks out of bad plays, takes calculated downfield shots, and dictates the tempo at the line of scrimmage. Sanders proved he has the natural vision to execute that aggressive mentality, while Watson looked completely terrified of making a mistake, ultimately costing his team the day. The immediate fallout from Monken's decision sent massive shockwaves through local media outlets, as reporters and team insiders gathered to analyze the late-night film sessions. During the film breakdown, Monken made it abundantly clear that every single throw, checkdown, and footwork mechanic is being heavily graded by the staff. The coaches noted that while Ward made an elite play on Watson's first pick, the second turnover was an unpardonable late read on a simple dig route that simply cannot happen in a professional offense. The analysts on site unanimously agreed that Sanders clearly won the day, but they also dropped a massive reminder about what comes next. The real physical evaluation hasn't even begun yet.
We saw him engaged talking about it afterwards.
Yep.
Do you think, like, Monken, so now they go to film tonight and they're going to go over all that, right? Is that like the process of that?
Yeah. I mean, they go over every throw.
Mm-hmm.
And what were you thinking? This is, that's part of learning and getting better every day. I think we're, even though everything is being weighed, there's still, it's still instruction as much as any.
Because the full pads don't come on until next Tuesday. That is the ultimate line in the sand, where the true pass rush will be unleashed, and the coaching staff will witness exactly how these quarterbacks react when real physical violence enters the pocket. Yet, lost in the massive head-to-head showdown between Watson and Sanders was a fascinating, highly unexpected plot line regarding the depth chart rep distribution. Todd Monken completely surprised the media by implementing a two-spotting practice layout, running high-tempo plays on two separate fields simultaneously. This setup allowed rookie signal callers Dillon Gabriel and Taylon Green to secure far more first-team and second-team snaps than anyone originally anticipated coming into camp. Gabriel actually turned heads by threading an absolute needle on a sharp inside slant, showing off incredible velocity despite later throwing an interception of his own. The staff is intentionally throwing all four quarterbacks directly into the deep end, dividing reps across a strict percentage model to force rapid processing under intense mental stress. Every single snap across both fields is being heavily tracked, creating a high-pressure environment where a single lazy read can completely ruin a player's standing on the depth chart. Adding even more chaos to the quarterback room is the brutal, overwhelming performance being turned in by the Browns' defensive unit. Edge rusher Jared Verse had a completely dominant afternoon, utterly wreaking havoc in the backfield and constantly disrupting the timing of the passing game. At the same time, the offensive line is visibly struggling to find its footing as four new starters attempt to build chemistry without the benefit of full physical contact. Guards and tackles were constantly seen communicating and shouting adjustments after broken plays, trying to get on the same page against a defense that is showing zero mercy. When an offensive line is struggling with basic communication, an elite quarterback must step up, diagnose the pressure, and deliver the ball on time. Sanders effortlessly navigated that chaotic environment today, while Watson completely melted under the pressure. We are witnessing an absolute, historic changing of the guard unfolding in real time right in front of our eyes. Deshaun Watson's hold on the starting quarterback job in Cleveland has never been more fragile, and Shedeur Sanders is actively kicking the door down with every single practice rep he takes. With Sanders officially handed the keys to the first-team offense tomorrow, the pressure on Watson to respond has reached an absolute boiling point before the pads even go on. If Sanders dominates the first-team offense the exact same way he dominated today, the coaching staff may have no choice but to make this permanent long before the preseason opener against Chicago on August 15th. What do you guys think? Is Deshaun Watson officially done in Cleveland, or can he somehow recover once the pads come on next week? Drop your raw, unfiltered takes in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button to keep up with every single camp update, and I will see you all in the very next video.